a particular vote bank to be precise, that it is ready to sacrifice national security. It is ready to punish the Indian taxpayer and collude in changing India's demographic composition. This truth, viewers, and I'm deliberately underlining this word truth, would have remained shrouded had it not surfaced in an unexpected way today. The Congress and JMM state government in Jharkhand has denied claims that they have been facilitating illegal infiltration from Bangladesh or diverting state resources and taxpayer money meant for Indian citizens for vote bank considerations. But now, the Congress party's election in charge for Jharkhand, a very senior official of the Congress party, election in charge for the entire campaign for Jharkhand, has admitted on camera, there you can see him in the middle of your screens, that if the Congress JMM are voted back to power, the state government guarantees that they will supply, quote, infiltrators, unquote, LPG cylinders at the subsidized rate of rupees 450, which every other Indian citizen gets. Viewers, infiltrators. Where are these infiltrators by and large coming in from, viewers? Bangladesh. They are Muslim infiltrators, viewers. Or they are Rohingyas. Now listen to the Congress parties in charge for Jharkhand. You cannot brush away this man. He helms the Congress party's campaign in Jharkhand, viewers. Listen.
और हमने वादा दिया जनता को कि जैसे सरकार बनेगी 1 दिसंबर से गैस सिलेंडर का कीमत सिर्फ 450 रुपए। ये आम जनता, ना उसमें हिंदू देखा जाएगा, ना मुसलमान देखा जाएगा, ना घुसपैठिए देखा जाएगा, तो ना कोई और चीज देखा जाएगा। जो भी झारखंड वासी है, वो किसी भी सोच से हो, किसी भी तबके से हो, उसको 450 रुपए में गैस सिलेंडर दिया जाएगा। ये हमारा प्रोग्राम।
We will not distinguish between Hindu, Muslim, even infiltrators. Whoever lives within the boundaries of Jharkhand will get this subsidy. The admission only underlines what Prime Minister Modi has been saying all along, that the Congress has been prioritizing infiltrators and turning a blind eye to the demographic invasion of India for vote bank politics. He made the same charge today referencing this individual. Listen in, viewers.
उसने झारखंड में घोषणा की है कि वे सस्ते गैस सिलेंडर हिंदुओं को देंगे, मुसलमानों को देंगे, और आगे क्या कहते हैं, जो घुसपैठिए हैं उनको भी देंगे। आप मुझे बताइए भाई, ये जो घुसपैठियों की आरती उतारते हैं, क्या ऐसे लोगों को देश में कहीं पर भी अवसर मिलना चाहिए क्या? खुलेआम उनका एक नेता घोषणा कर रहा है कि जो घुसपैठिए हैं, रोहिंग्या हैं, बांग्लादेशी हैं, उनको हम सस्ते में गैस सिलेंडर देंगे। ये वोट पाने के लिए देश के साथ आपके बच्चों के उज्जवल भविष्य के साथ कैसा खेल खेल रहे हैं, इसका ये उदाहरण है।
Viewers, it is alarming. Statistics show that under the Congress JMM watch, infiltrators, as people are wont to call them, have virtually invaded pockets of Jharkhand and affected irreversible demographic change. Many of these infiltrators have also acquired voter ID cards and ration cards. Is this because they constitute a committed vote bank? Viewers, let me give you some statistics which will open your eyes. Look at this, viewers. Look at the census numbers. Sanatan Hindus, just after independence, 87.9% in this state. That number, viewers, in 2011 comes down marginally. But Muslim numbers go up. Tribal numbers come down. At the expense of who is this change taking place, viewers? And this is not an organic inflation, please understand, of the Muslim population. We have no problems with that. But this TFR rate that you are seeing on your screens is a result of, viewers, the jump in the number of infiltrators in some pockets of Jharkhand, viewers, and there are more statistics with regards to that. Area-wise, 50, 60%, 70% of the people living in those areas are now about, massively above the old numbers, are now about, as I said, 60 to 70%. Here are some big questions that help put the story into context. Haven't the Congress JMM tacitly admitted that they know who the infiltrators are and how they can be handed state benefits? Question 2, has the Congress JMM only vindicated PM's claim that the India bloc turns a blind eye to infiltration for vote bank considerations? Won't the Congress JMM be using precious taxpayer money meant for Indian citizens, for you and I, to subsidize illegal infiltrators? Your money is being, viewers, frittered away for vote bank, purchasing a vote bank, which is not even Indian. Does anything stop Congress JMM from giving infiltrators quota in government jobs and benefits under public welfare schemes? Now that they have given one SOP or promised one SOP, tomorrow they can give any other SOP. And doesn't paying state subsidy to infiltrators amount to the normalization of illegal immigration into India, as well as, viewers, the subsidizing of India's national security? These are the big questions. Let's open them up for debate. Karan Verma, Anand Ranganathan, Tehseen Poonawala and Tausif Khan are here with us. I want to first begin with Tausif Khan tonight. It's an important debate, Mr. Tausif Khan. The Congress party, and look, you come from Bengal, you know the problems in the state of Bengal. Parties like yours, which is the TMC, the Congress, others, oppose the NRC. They don't want us to take account, but they clearly know who the infiltrators are, how to reach them, how to give them subsidies, targeted subsidies. Are you today undermining national security, putting the vote bank above the national interest by actually not just subsidizing, but normalizing illegal infiltration into this country to the detriment of the local population, Mr. Khan? Simple question tonight.
So you have portrayed opposition parties as the villain who don't care about national security, and the BJP, Amit Shah and Mr. Modi as the savior of the country, the only hero who cares about national security, and nobody else cares about national security. That's a very wrong notion to start with. Secondly, Mr. Prime Minister is lying in a public platform. In his speech, is lying that oppositions are promising the infiltrators, the so-called Rohingyas, the benefit of cheap cylinder, gas cylinder. When did any leader say that Rohingyas will be a beneficiary of these subsidies? Point number one. Secondly, it is Mr. Narendra Modi himself and his good friend Amit Shah who controls the border. BSF is not controlled by any state government or any regional party. It is the central party, the BJP, who is in power, who controls BSF. Then who should be blamed? If at all there is any infiltration, who should be blamed? Why is Amit Shah opening gates of borders and allowing these infiltrators to come? How much money is Amit Shah pocketing for opening these border gates and allowing infiltrators, supposedly infiltrators, to come? Why is Amit Shah compromising national security and allowing all this to happen in borders?
Okay.
If Amit Shah is so incompetent,
can I ask you a counter question? Can I ask you a counter question, Mr. Khan? Can I ask you a counter question?
No,
listen to me. Has Mr. Mir not come out and said that even Ghuspetia, these are the words, not mine. I don't use such coarse language. He said it in a soundbite. Should I play the soundbite out for you?
Yes,
Let's play it, viewers. Let's play it. Let's play out the soundbite of Mr. Ghulam Ahmed Mir, the Jharkhand Congress state in charge. It's a state that borders Bengal, viewers. Listen in.
और हमने वादा दिया जनता को कि जैसे सरकार बनेगी 1 दिसंबर से गैस सिलेंडर का कीमत सिर्फ 450 रुपए होगा। ये आम जनता, ना उसमें हिंदू देखा जाएगा, ना मुसलमान देखा जाएगा, ना घुसपैठिया देखा जाएगा, तो ना कोई और चीज देखा जाएगा। जो भी झारखंड वासी है, वो किसी भी सोच से हो, किसी भी तबके से हो, उसको 450 रुपए में गैस सिलेंडर दिया जाएगा। ये हमारा प्रोग्राम।
ना हिंदू, calm down.
जो भी
Calm down. Sir, are you deaf? Mr. Khan, are you deaf? I think you must be deaf. What was said, viewers? What was said? ना हिंदू देखा जाएगा, ना मुसलमान देखा जाएगा, ना घुसपैठिया देखा जाएगा, ना घुसपैठिया देखा जाएगा. Viewers, what does the word घुसपैठिया mean?
You want this to be Bengali versus Jharkhandi versus Bihar versus Punjabi. No one is a Ghuspetia. If a Bihari migrates to Jharkhand, if a person from Patna migrates to Ranchi, is not a Ghuspetia. You talked about Prime Minister.
But Prime Minister, hang on, just a minute. Just stop there, viewers. Stop there. No, just don't stop shouting. Stop shouting. Mr. Khan, stop shouting. You have a problem with the outsider. You have a... No, one second. Okay, I'm lowering your fade. I'm counting till 3. 1, 2, 3. Cut it down. Now, viewers, listen to this. Mamata Banerjee, the Queen of Bengal, came out and uses the word Bohiragato, outsider, for Indian citizens, viewers. Bohiragato. Now, this deaf man will say that she never used this term. He will go into a denial, viewers. She, in fact, said that when Modi and Shah come to my state, they are Bohiragato. Kick them out. She's on record, and I will play her bites, viewers. And this deaf man will disappear from the screen. Let me tell you this. Bohiragato is the word she used. I didn't use it. To describe whom, viewers? Indian citizens. The same citizens who invest in Bengal. Invest in Bengal, viewers. And she and her party people today are talking about trying to divide this country. Viewers, a Ghusbetiya is an illegal. And they are most often in this country coming in from Bangladesh. Viewers, let me tell you something. Mamata Banerjee has not only used the term Ghuspeti and, Bohiragato to describe outsiders, but her entire party has done so, viewers. And she is giving us today a lecture through this gentleman about unifying the nation. Viewers, this is the problem. You show them the proof, they say sorry. You play it out 3 times, they will say sorry. We don't hear it, we don't believe it. Mr. Khan, who uses the word Bohiragato? Tell me, who uses the word Bohiragato? Who uses the word Bohiragato? Tell me. Let's listen to him. Tell me, who uses the word Bohiragato?
When did he say Rohingya?
Who uses the term Bohiragato? Viewers, there you go. The problem here is he will not answer. He's just shot himself. He's actually shot an AK-47 into his foot tonight. Right into his foot. His foot doesn't exist, viewers. He has no legs to stand on. That's what's happened tonight. Bohiragato comes from where? Into the Indian political lexicon. Where does it come from, viewers? I knew he was going to say this. I came prepared. Now, Dr. Ranganathan, what are we witnessing here? What are we witnessing here? We are witnessing a state government that says, I will give taxpayer money, hard-earned money that should be spent, that we give in trust to the government so that it can spend on Indians first. But where do they want to spend it, viewers? On illegal, undocumented people who are coming into this country. Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. On a lighter note, Tausif Bhai is a very good friend, but as you rightly said, he shot one of his feet with AK-47. The other is safe because it's in his mouth. What is he talking about? And as far as Bohir Gato is concerned, Rahul, let me correct you slightly there. Not everyone is a outsider, everyone from Gujarat. Modi and Shah are, but Yusuf Pathan isn't. Yusuf Pathan is the son of the soil. It's a small matter that he defeated a 5-time MP. But he's son of the soil. He's never gone outside Bengal. But anyway, look, a new phrase has been coined. So let's not dismiss what is today a historic day. Rahul, a new phrase has been coined by the Congress. We'd heard of Freudian slip. Now there is Rohingyan slip. The very kind of people who rioted in Azad Maidan to force India to accept Rohingyan refugees now want to give infiltrators amenities that even many Indians don't have. Congratulations. And that is why it is puzzling as to why people find all this talk of demographic shift uncomfortable. Have we, Rahul, reached a stage where we cannot even state facts? Is it not a fact that a particular religious denomination is increasing compared to the others? You just showed the data. Look, if you were to take as starting point the premise that all religions are exactly the same, then there is no issue. Yes. Because under that premise, if one religious population can be the majority, why can't be the other? Of course it can. But the fact is, all religions are not the same. Some religions exhibit predatory, supremacist, exclusivist views and practices. The truth is, if such a religious denomination becomes majority population, very quickly it begins dictating its social practices upon others. There are some schools in Jharkhand that now have Friday as a holiday instead of Sunday. We have seen what happened in the Kashmir Valley. The sitting chief minister even called for stoning as a punishment there. We've seen the state of homosexuals and atheists and women under the majority of such religious denomination. Atheists are condemned to death in 13 Islamic countries. Homosexuals are caned, women discriminated. This is an issue for India, Rahul. Demographic shift is a reality in Jharkhand, in Bengal, in Assam. The problem is changing demography shifts a government's decisions towards appeasement. Take, for example, Bengal, because we were discussing that. Yes. Muslims from 30% of Bengal population, but 66% of the OBC groups in Bengal are Muslims. Remember how Didi warned Hindus not to venture in quote-unquote Muslim areas, or TMC Sheikh Alam boasting 4 Pakistans can be created if 30% Muslims come together, whether it be changing Ram Dhenu to Wrong Dhenu, opposing CAA, appointing a Muslim on Tarkeshwar Temple Board, providing midday meal dining hall to only those schools having 70% or more minority students, curtailing the time duration traditionally permitted for Durga idol immersion to make way for Muharram procession, granting 2.6 crores of taxpayers' money to Furfura Sharif, promising to give land to imams for construction of 3,000 imams, 2,500 per month. Look at what the demographic shift has achieved in Muslim majority areas. Just 30 seconds. Yeah. Hamas terrorists are streamed live to deliver speeches in Kerala. Terrorists like Nasrallah are celebrated. Tens of thousands who can't even point out Lebanon on a map are mourning the death of a terrorist in Kashmir. Terrorists and riot mongers in Karnataka are released, overriding even the Supreme Court judgments. Cases against them are withdrawn. Why? So let us stop being ostriches, because the sand is no ordinary sand, Rahul. The sand is quicksand.
Quicksand. It is absolutely quicksand. And viewers, look, if we are going to now subsidize India's demographic invasion, we are also, viewers, changing the character of the Constitution or the promises in the Constitution that give us our outlook. What does our Constitution say, viewers, willy-nilly? It says we're a secular, democratic republic. Viewers, in most Muslim majority countries today, there is what is known as a state religion. Look at Bangladesh. State religion. Everything follows from there. Viewers, you look at Pakistan. State religion. Everything follows from there. So viewers, today when the Congress party says that we are going to subsidize Ghuspetia, what does that mean? What does that mean, viewers? That they are legitimizing for a few vote bank a complete shift in demography. And Tehseen Poonawalla, you can be as clever by half as Tausif Khan and also shoot yourself in the foot. Or you can just come out and say, look, this is our compulsion. What do? We even accept blindly, like sheep. When the AIMPLB offers us support in Maharashtra, the AIMPLB, viewers, that has a problem with India's secular constitution that refuses to allow for any reform outlawing polygamy, nikah halala, even the forced wearing of the hijab on women, several other regressive practices which are not in line with the ethos of this nation. So, Mr. Poonawalla, what's it going to be? Mea culpa? Or you will say, no, Bohergato, outsiders, these, the words that Ghuspetia, etc., all not even been said. It's a reference to something else, the clouds.
Thank you, Rahul, for having me on the show. Good evening. I have regularly been on your show, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, and what's happened is I've been not surprised because this is how the BJP operates: Hindu, Muslim, Hindu, Muslim, Hindu, Muslim, Hindu, Muslim, population, 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 and this entire dog whistle against Muslims. And frankly now, it's also a little tiring because the BJP has nothing to discuss about. So let's get to each issue step by step. Jharkhand doesn't border any international. It doesn't have a border with any international border. It borders West Bengal, it borders Tripura, it borders Assam. Assam and Tripura are governed by the BJP. Now, if infiltrators are coming into Jharkhand, who's controlling the borders and who's state government? Number one. Let's assume these infiltrators came before 2014. For argument's sake, let's accept they came between 2014. So who was in government from 2014 to 2024? Whose job it is sitting on the chair to throw infiltrators out? Whose job? Wait, the Supreme Court did say have an NAC. They did an NAC in Assam. And what Himanta Biswa Sharma...
Not NAC.
I'm so sorry, I apologize. An NRC. They did an NRC in Assam. And what Himanta Biswa Sharma, who's today in charge of Jharkhand, said, he refused to accept that NRC in Assam. He refused to accept it. He's saying, throw it out of the window. Supreme Court orders. This is the BJP, a rabid communal party, but also a party that has nothing to talk about but Hindu-Muslim. Right. The Prime Minister of India goes so far as to say in Maharashtra that the Maharashtra elections will work on Kashmir Article 370. Can you believe what is going on in Maharashtra and in Jharkhand? Apart from all this dog whistling, there is no question of development because the BJP can't talk it. Now, let's go to the second point that is being discussed out here. Forget the demography, forget everything else. The fact is that in this entire Hindu-Muslim narrative that the BJP is trying to create in my state of Maharashtra and in the state of Jharkhand, the BJP hasn't been able to tell us what is its roadmap, what is its vision in both the states, Jharkhand where it's not in government and Maharashtra where it is in government. Now in Maharashtra, out of the past 10 years, where there are supposedly Bangladeshis and Rohingyas, 8 years was BJP government. What did they do about it? Because Kiran Rijuji is on record in parliament saying 80% of the Rohingyas came in after 2015. He's on record saying it. This is on your CNN News 18 portal. He said this in parliament. What have they done about that? So ultimately, the BJP is only going to do dog whistling. The man who's responsible for Assam will do dog whistling. But they have nothing to talk about and they'll try and remove issues.
Okay.
Let the viewers and the voters of Jharkhand and Maharashtra.
He said in his first question, throw them out. Now, viewers, you have to first identify them, for which you have to hold an NRC. Mamata Banerjee... Excuse me, sir, 1 second. That was 1 second. That was order. One second. At least let me finish, sir. Let me finish. I gave you, sir, all the time. Why are you wanting to behave like Mr. Khan? That's not fair.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, so you said that, look, throw them out. Okay, so fine. Tomorrow, hopefully, you will agree that there should be an NRC. We will hold an NRC. We'll find them. Then we'll have to put them somewhere, viewers, in detention camps before we can throw them out. But they say that these detention camps, the day they are set up, and I'm not saying it, viewers, their former LOP, Mr. Adhikari, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, he got up in the Lok Sabha, and what did he say, viewers? They have set up concentration camps, Nazi style. No, viewers, no, hang on, just a minute. No, 1 second. I haven't finished. 1 second, second point. Viewers, just to, and I want to bring in, and I also want to bring in Mr. Verma. Okay, 1 second. I will. 1 second. Then viewers, 1 second. Then viewers, Hindu Sikhs fleeing persecution. come into this country, and Congress regimes, not one but two, and for many years, deny them basic citizenship rights. But they say give Rohingya the rights. Now, viewers, you tell me. You tell me, viewers. You tell me, viewers, today outsiders will be given LPG cylinders. No one has addressed that. You see, Tehseen Poonawalla is indulged in waterboutry, which he does classically, which is very good, and he has a special talent for it.
Allow me to answer that.
Okay, sir.
Allow me to answer that.
Allow, please. I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. Karan Verma.
I accept the fact Rahul Gandhi, Madam Mamta Banerjee, Omar Abdullah, Stalin, everyone are bad. Only Modi ji and his party is the greatest. We accepted that. We bow down to the great Narendra Modi. Now, please tell me, 40,000 refugees, Rohingyas came into India after 2000, after the great Modi ji became prime minister.
But sir, if you give them, no, hang on. If you give them a ration card, if you give them Indian identity, how is anyone going to find them? Use your brain. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan.
Who's giving them?
Dr. Ranganathan.
How are they getting it?
Would you like to respond? Would you like to respond? Karan Verma, we are looking out for you. I think Karan is back. Is Karan back? Yes. Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, I want to bring in Karan. Yes, that's right.
Yes. Just 2 points of rebuttal to my good friend Tehseen. Number one, the Rohingyas that settled, most of the Rohingyas, refugees in India that settled in Jammu. Now, Jammu does not share...
10 years.
No, please.
One second.
I did not interrupt you. Did I interrupt?
No one interrupted.
1 second. Manoj Singh is there.
No one interrupted you. Tehseen, what's wrong with you today? You always ask for uninterrupted time. You've been given it. Let others also have a chance. I mean, Mr. Verma has not even spoken.
I apologize. Karan's waiting.
Once, I'm sure Tehseen knows, once an infiltrator enters India, it's a free, quote-unquote, free country without any borders. You can be settled anywhere. So Jammu doesn't share a border with Myanmar. Likewise, Jharkhand might not share borders with this thing, but that doesn't mean infiltrators cannot be in Jharkhand. Cannot be a vote bank.
Dr. Ranganathan, there is a TIS report that has just been produced and made public,
which says that... Report.
One second. Which says
that's a fraud from TIS. Who's their head? Which
says, viewers, that in just about 20-30 years, by 2050, in fact, Bombay will be overrun. 55%. Okay, that's all fraud. Everything is fraud. Now, let me tell you, viewers, 90% of all the people who crossed the border and settled in the Northeast came 30 years ago. 30 years ago, viewers, Modi wasn't around. 30 years ago, in any position of authority, neither was Amit Shah. Let me tell you this, viewers. 30 years. Who, viewers, made it tough to detect these people? And didn't the Supreme Court step in and say, put the onus on those who have come in to prove their cases? Because the IMDT Act actually secured citizenship for these people. And who were the people in charge? It was the Congress party. Nonetheless, Karan Verma wants to come in. Let me bring him in and then I'll open it up. Yes.
You know, Rahul, it's very easy for Tehseen to say that it's the center's responsibility. If you have the complete tacit support, and it's not even tacit, in fact, it's explicit support of the police, then it's very difficult for the center to send its forces in and be at loggerheads with the state and get those infiltrators out. In Jharkhand this year, there have been 1,400 arrest and release cases, and citizens have protested against the police stations in Santhal Pargana. I mean, there have been rape incidents where a young girl was hacked and raped to death, and people protested there. It was an illegal infiltrator that had gotten in, and the police did not do anything about it. In fact, all they did was turn a deaf ear to it. So this is the kind of support they are receiving by the police. And today, एक तरफ तो आप उन्हें cylinder देने की बात कर रहे हो, and then you wax eloquent and say what is the center doing about it. So today, in a last-minute campaigning rush, they reached out to their most loyal vote bank, and that is these Guspetias in their own words. And for my friend Tausif, for him to wax eloquent that what is Amit Shah doing? By the way, let me enlighten him. Mr. Amit Shah has had 3 meetings with Mamta Banerjee regarding 72 places where they want posts for the BSF, and land required for that is close to 30 acres. Didi has refused to hand this over, and the word that you use, Rahul, Bohirgato, Didi has used this word for BSF, pitting people against the forces as if the center is sending the forces to keep an eye on them. So this is where the Didi stands with regards to national security, with regards to our borders. You need cooperation. I know what Dr. Ranganathan is going to say. He's going to say, is the center so weak that they have to look for the state's permission? Fine. It's easier said than done. But for a country to be at loggerheads where center is consistently colliding with the state police force, it's a difficult and a precarious situation to be in. So we need the support. We need the support of local agencies as we have in Assam.
The High Court.
That's a perfect example of how to handle illegal infiltration.
Just read the High Court verdict, viewers, of 6 months ago on Jharkhand and the Jharkhand government. All you need to do is to Google it. What does that High Court say?
Who filed the PIL?
Yeah, who filed the PIL? Who filed it?
It was Christian.
It was, yes, exactly. It was a Christian community. Just like the Christian community, viewers, is standing
in Kerala.
In Kerala, with whom Hindus, why? Because the Waqf is taking over lands. Now, viewers, I just want to tell you, read the Jharkhand High Court verdict. It says that the state government allowed this. It is also not doing anything to identify them. However, viewers, this man, Mr. Mir, knows who they are, because that's how he's going to give them the surrender. You can only give a surrender to someone you know is a ghuspetia, as they claim, viewers. So they know where they are. Yes, doctor, you were going to say something.
No, I just wanted, because Tehseen has been making very important points. Tehseen, just a small question to you, and I'm sure you'll answer it very quickly, because it's a very straight question. Tehseen, which living organism called a pest escapes into the woodwork?
I'm sorry, which?
Which living organism that is also called a pest escapes into woodwork?
The same pest Amit Shah ji mentioned. Amit Shah ji mentioned these pests in Parliament.
No. See, it is so easy to catch. It is so, you didn't answer it. Let me tell. The answer. Now, please listen, please listen. No, listen. My good friend Karan already.
You don't call people. Termites.
Please. Tehseen, don't do this. You've laid down your weapons. Don't waste my time. I got you. I trapped you.
That's an indecent thing
to do. My friend.
You didn't trap me. It's an indecent thing to do.
Of course you were trapped, because the answer was termite. And Shashi Tharoor used that language.
Okay.
Shashi Tharoor used that language for 20 million Bangladeshis that he said have escaped into the Indian woodwork. He insinuated them as termites.
Yes, viewers, it is inhuman. These Congress supporters, when their own people use these terms. You know, viewers, the Congress has a problem today. The Liberal Congress has a problem today with the word urban Naxal. You know who coined this word, viewers? Who deposited in the Supreme Court in an affidavit? They did.
Yes.
And today they say urban Naxal. My God, this Modi is such a bad person. Typecasting people. Viewers, who jailed and who took away these certificates of NGOs, viewers, first, and put them on blacklist? Mr. Chidambaram.
Congress.
Who, viewers?
And Chidambaram called 8,000 activists anti-nationals.
Absolutely.
In the nuclear power protest.
Absolutely.
He charged them with sedition and called them anti-national.
Now, I just want, viewers, I'm lowering everyone's favorite. I just want to bring something to your notice. This is from Live Law. It's a website that covers the court. Jharkhand High Court directs state government to identify illegal immigrants in 6 districts allegedly coming from Bangladesh. So Tausif Khan tried to tell us that these were people that were coming from, Bombay, from Delhi, nice Indian people, and that we should never distinguish between our own citizens. Of course we shouldn't, viewers, but these are not the nice people coming in from Delhi, Bombay, other parts of this country, viewers. These are coming in from Bangladesh. And the Supreme Court and the High Court was hearing a PIL highlighting alleged illegal immigration from Bangladesh in the Santhal Pargana region. The Jharkhand High Court directed the state government to utilize its court special branch, unquote, for identifying infiltrators, illegal immigrants in the area in question. You know what the Congress is doing there, viewers? It is identifying them to give them subsidies. And they're proud of it. Can you believe it, viewers? The joke on you, the taxpayer. I need to move on, viewers. I need to move on, because this is a story. This is an important story. Oxford is thought to be one of the world's premier institutions. Parents save up thousands of pounds to send their children to study there. Obviously, they expect Oxford to give them A+ education to make them successful as they go forward in the world, not muddle them up. Universities are cradles encouraging open thought, and they are within their rights to pick up controversial topics, even uncomfortable ones. After all, if universities did not question, for example, the existent theory at one particular time that it was the earth that was flat, or viewers, it was the earth that was the center of the solar system and everything moved around it, then viewers, we would never have had the kind of science that we see today. Given this responsibility, and despite how much it may hurt Indian patriots, the university, and I'll be the first to tell you, is within its rights to debate on whether Kashmir should be given Azadi or not. That is the debate they're having today in a few hours in that hall that you can see, viewers. That is the Oxford Union Debate Society Hall. But should the university at least exercise its discretion on who it is inviting to debate these very, very sensitive issues? That's a moot question after it became known that Oxford University has invited two individuals who belong to the proscribed ISI-backed Kashmiri terrorist group, the JKLF. This terror organization counts amongst its members the likes of Yasin Malik and Bitta Karate, who have confessed on TV that they murdered Kashmiri Hindus in the 1990s to ensure that they are driven out of the valley. Here's a short profile of the speakers who will debate for the motion, viewers, in Oxford University today. Dr. Muzammil Ayub Thakur. He lives in United Kingdom, runs two Islamist organizations, the Justice Foundation and the World Kashmir Freedom Movement. In June 2002, Jammu and Kashmir police arrested Imtiaz Ahmed Bazaz on charges of funneling funds sent by Ayub Thakur from the UK to Kashmiri separatists. He was accused of funding Dukhtar-e-Millat hardline organization that imposes Islamist dress code on women by force. In fact, acid was thrown on women's faces because they were not dressed according to Islamic convention. In May 2022, Jammu and Kashmir police booked Muzammil under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA, threatening Indian advocate named Sayyid Zishan, a fellow Muslim, viewers. Then there is Professor Zafar Khan. Who is he? This chap is the chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front's Diplomatic Bureau, viewers. The JKLF in the Kashmir Valley was officially banned by the Indian government under UAPA. It's a terrorist organization. It backs and counted amongst its members Yasin Malik, who confessed on BBC to Tim Sebastian on a show called The Hard Talk to killing Kashmiri Hindus. JKLF's Yasin Malik has been convicted of killing 3 Air Force officers point-blank range in the valley. JKLF had an alleged role in the kidnapping of ex-Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Saeed's daughter and former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti's sister. Bitta Karate, who was also associated with JKLF, had on camera proudly claimed to have killed 30 to 40 Kashmiri Pandits at the height of the pogrom. It is but obvious that Hindu groups are protesting both in the UK and in India. A group that is very prominent has come out and said the decision by the Oxford Union to host a debate on the issue of Kashmir's independence and to invite members of the Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front as speakers is deeply troubling and warrants serious scrutiny. This debate not only undermines the principle of sovereignty and territorial integrity, but also is tantamount to endorsing violence and terrorism. The question is whether wokeism has now come to mean platforming Islamist genocide enablers in the guise of free speech. That's the fundamental question tonight. I want to go straight across to Adit Kothari, founding member of the Indic Society, Hamid Khan, a journalist, and Ahmed Ayaz, a political analyst. And I want to first begin with you, Mr. Adit Kothari. What's the problem with this? Oxford will say, hey, look, we are such an open university, intellectual petri dish. We should be allowed to call whoever. We should have a debate on whatever.
So, Rahul, when you said there needs to be limits, there need to be red lines. What Oxford have done is they've basically breached those red lines of free speech by platforming and legitimizing those individuals who are connected to terror organizations. That's what our contention is. You are very well welcome to have a debate on contentious issues which we may or may not agree with. That is not the point of contention here. The main disagreement is the kind of feral individuals that you've invited to, act on this motion and legitimize radical extremism. That is where the problem is. See, look, all in all, Western institutions and Western academic organizations for the past generations have become anti-Indian, harbored anti-Hindu research within the social sciences domain, particularly. They are quite popular and quite well known to basically present a very anti-Indian narrative from that perspective. We don't have a problem with that. We will sit here and we will dismantle your false narratives. The problem essentially becomes when you start legitimizing terrorism and radical extremism. So, this is exactly the playbook of what we saw in the American universities, where they were basically platforming anti-Israel propaganda by legitimizing Hamas. And this playbook is now being replicated in Oxford Union. The president is a gentleman called Israr Khan, who's of Pakistani origin. And as far I'm led to believe, the Pakistani defense minister and a Pakistani origin Labour MP is going to be present today at the Oxford Union, hearing this debate out. Well, I wouldn't call this a debate to start with. I think this is just a one-sided, lopsided narrative.
And viewers, there is an Indian participant, Prem Shankar Jha, who has decided to go there to legitimize this. Many others were invited, people backed out. Self-respecting Indians who are of certain respectable intellectual credentials would say, no, we are not going to sit opposite terrorists. Viewers, do you think Oxford would invite, for instance, a Zionist and headline the debate by saying, does Palestine deserve to exist? No, viewers, they would not. They would rather lash themselves with whips before they would embark on such an exercise. Dr. Ranganathan, what's going on? You are an Oxbridge person, so I'm sure you can give us some insight. Lived experience, as they say.
No, Rahul, I went to the better university, the Cambridge. But no, but to be serious, I must disclose something here, that I was also invited to this very same debate.
No way.
In fact, yes, I was. And then subsequently, this house believes in an independent state of Kashmir. They invited me for this. I didn't reply to the email, but then I forgot to reply to that. But then I got a call from them. And then I told them, sure, I would love to come, except that I find the topic that you've chosen should be changed a little, saying that this house believes that Kashmir is always and always has been and always belongs to India, and you can have opposing views other than that. And I have no objection in even debating with the terrorists, and terror apologists. I never heard from them. And now when you say the so-called the other person who's not a terrorist has gone there to debate, obviously I don't know what his views, but his views out here are well known. Be that as it may, I must say, as a free speech absolutist, I must differ with my good friend Adit. I don't mind debating even with Dawood Ibrahim, or had the case been Nasrallah or Yahya, because ultimately the war has to be won with words first. And I always believe I undertake my wars with words, not with weapons. Of course, others do with weapons, but a lot of my friends were invited and they said no, and I shared their retweets, and I respected their judgment. I would have gone, except that they chickened out and they kind of said, oh my God, if this guy's going to come, my antecedents my reputation preceded me, I guess. But okay. I find nothing wrong in debating with terrorists, because that's the first way you expose them and completely pummel them.
Yeah, you can, in the interest of upholding free speech, viewers, you can even call Hitler. You can even call Hitler and have a debate with Hitler, and you can platform Hitler's anti-Semitism. that happens quite regularly with people who share that mind space. And they do now. Obviously, all of us have Twitter, etc. We have our own bhaupus, so to speak, to amplify our bigotry. I'm waiting for Hamid Khan, journalist, but Ahmed Ayaz Saab is here. And Hamid Khan is here. Hamid Khan Saab, I know that you're a free speech absolutist. And I know you would have had a debate on satanic verses with Salman Rushdie. Instead of wanting to ban his book, you would definitely have read it. You would have engaged with it, I'm sure. I want to ask you, sir, should Oxford not debate the satanic verses where Salman Rushdie has made some scurrilous accusations against your holy, divine figures?
Look, there is one very simple
thing. No,
look
thing which way? Look which way? Don't tell me to look. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, should we have a debate on all that has been written by... No, I'm asking you, should Oxford host that debate? Should Oxford hold up the Prophet cartoons and have an evaluation of the Prophet's cartoons on their artistic merit? Whether they represent the cartoon, the caricature is done accurately or not. I'm asking you, sir.
Look,
since we are such an open society, let's have that debate. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just. If you will let me speak, I will say.
Sir.
If you don't want me to speak,
please, go ahead, Mr. Khan. I'm sure you'll answer my question. You will say that yes, we should debate the satanic verses, especially the offensive part. You will say that let's put up the Prophet cartoons and have a debate on the on the artistic caliber of these Prophet cartoons.
Will you let me speak?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay. It's very simple that because it is being written by a so-called Muslim, right?
So-called Muslim.
Yeah, I mean, we have a simple belief that anybody who is a Muslim, he will have, who call himself a Muslim, he will have no reason and no justification for writing any kind of disputed words or book or creatures or cartoons in any way. First of all. Secondly, if you can't talk about Holocaust, if you can't talk about anything about whatever your gods are, thousands of gods, I don't even know their names or anything. If we can't say them anything, it is an equal respect of the both religions. That is the problem, and that is the thing which I want to explain.
Mr. Khan, the woke establishment that is suddenly today impressed itself upon Oxford constantly debates about the Hindu scriptures, about the suitability of Hindu gods. They even go to the extent of saying that we should eradicate Hinduism. There was even a group of people in a great university in America that wanted to dismantle Hinduism.
Look,
one second. I didn't hear. One second, Mr. Hamid Khan. I'll tell you. A large number of Muslims attended. One second. Don't explain to me. These are facts. A large number of Muslims also attended these great conventions to hold forth, viewers, on the necessity to eradicate, to dismantle Hinduism. If you turn the tables, like I have done on Mr. Khan, he says, no, this should not be allowed. There should be limits to free speech. This is woke. This, viewers, is the woke mindset. A cancel culture, everything that is okay with them goes, anything that will question. No, you've already spoken, sir. You have said that there is but one God and that is Allah. And sir, I don't have anything more to say.
If you want, okay, if I have already spoken, then there is no point for me to
go ahead, Mr. Khan, go ahead. Make your point.
Okay. I simply say, is your religion that weak that it will be eradicated with one conference or one discussion in Oxford? Then it should be eradicated. If that religion is so weak.
Wow.
If Hinduism is very
So tell me, should we discuss should we discuss the Prophet cartoons? Yes or no?
I don't have.
You don't have. Suddenly you don't have. Your religion must be really insecure.
No. My religion is not.
You can hold. Then why do you ban people, sir? Why do you have blasphemy laws in Pakistan? I'm asking you, why do you have blasphemy laws in Pakistan?
Because there are equal laws in Europe.
There are no. I'm sorry, sir. If you are so insecure about your faith, why do you protect it through punishments? Why don't you encourage open questioning about the edicts? Yes, Dr.
Rahul,
Ranganathan.
Rahul, can I just expose your hypocrisy
Okay, there
here,
are laws
if I may?
about.
Yeah.
You
There are
began
laws-
the debate. Now, one
Yeah.
second, Hamid.
Yeah.
Rahul, you began the debate by saying that terrorists and terror apologists should not
Yeah.
be debated, should
Yes.
not be given a platform. And you
Yeah,
just proved
1 second.
yourself wrong by
No,
giving
I-
this guy. By giving this guy a platform.
Yeah.
You've been debating
No.
with this terror apologist for the last 5 minutes, Rahul.
I believe
Well,
that
at least he calls himself a journalist, and I don't have any better way of determining
No.
whether he's a terror
No.
apologist or not. But let me also bring in
No.
Ahmed Ayaz.
Well, ask him, is Nasrallah a
there is no
terrorist?
point. If
Okay,
you don't
find
want
out.
to listen
Is-
to me, there is no
Ask
point.
him.
Ahmed Ayaz,
He's
sahab,
not-
1 second, Mr. Khan. Okay, he's disappeared. Okay, Ahmed
He's
Ayaz,
disappeared,
next. He might also disappear. Okay, Ahmed Ayaz, bhai, you believe in
And then-
free speech. You believe in
and then
free
there
speech.
were none.
You believe in free speech. That has an ominous ring to it, Dr. Ranganathan. But you believe in free speech, Mr. Ahmed Ayaz. So I want to ask you, if this is kosher for you, then why should you not encourage Oxford to also take an oblique view of certain customs in Islam tomorrow? Ahmed Ayaz sahab.
No, they have been discussing whatever they have felt necessary, but here the question is, without getting into the list or the issue of individuals who are discussing the issue or debating it, something which is of international importance historically.
No, what do you mean?
I
Without getting
personally-
into who, we don't have a problem. Discuss it. India will not disappear if you discuss whether Kashmir deserves azadi or not. We hear that on a daily basis from Pakistan. We have not disappeared. It's actually Pakistan that is on the verge of disappearing. So don't worry about our insecurities. My question to you, sir, is that would you want terrorists to be called into Oxford? You might have children studying there and be subjected to their perverted view of the world, sir. Violent view. Forget about perverted, violent view. Do you think violence to settle any discord is the right way forward? I'm asking you, Ahmed Ayaz sahab.
See, point is what you know about these people
Yes.
in India or across the globe, they too know it. The people there holding
Ahmed
this
Ayaz
conference,
sahab,
they
I'm
too
asking
know.
you, should terrorists and their
No, that's what I'm
apologists be
saying.
called who
No, that's
actually
what I'm-
who actually believe in
that's
violence?
what I'm
Should they be
explaining.
called by Oxford? Yes or no?
No,
Simple
that's
jawab
what
do.
I am explaining. You know, that's what I'm explaining. That a terrorist for you or for me
Ah.
may not be terrorist for them.
Wow.
May not be terrorist for them.
Yes.
They may have,
Rahul, I just
they
need a
may have
minute
their
here.
own, system of, holding
Osama bin
debate
Laden
with
was
the
a
people
hero.
of different thoughts, ideologies.
Yeah, that's okay.
Maybe. We
Hassan
don't know
Nasrallah,
what is
please
their...
ask him.
So
Please
what is
ask him about
so,
Hassan
so
Nasrallah.
very simple, Mr. Ayaz. What is a blasphemy for you is not a blasphemy for me. He's speaking truth to power. Salman Rushdie is the greatest
Mr.
Muslim
Rahul,
for me.
Mr.
Yes,
Rahul,
Mr. Kothari.
Rahul, I just wanted to.
What
Rahul, I
He's the
just wanted
greatest
to-
Muslim
may
for me,
have-
sir. Rest case
I
rested.
say we may have a view.
Yeah,
we may
so
have a
let
common view.
Salman
You and
Rushdie,
me.
let Salman Rushdie be called by Oxford, and I'll challenge the head of Oxford, Israr Khan Union, to call Salman Rushdie and hold a discussion on the suitability of the art of the Prophet cartoon. Israr, whatever your name is, Khan, open challenge from Rahul Shivshankar, do it. Prove that you are really an open university, you are Oxford of the 11th century.
Rahul.
Prove it. Prove it.
Guys, I
Let
just
me
wanted to- I
let me
just wanted to-
paraphrase. गुस्ताखे राहुल की एक ही सजा.
बस सर ये देख लीजिए आप. Yes, Mr. Kothari, very
ST,
quickly before I wrap up.
SJ.
Yeah.
Bilkul. I just wanted to expose Mr. Ayaz's, hypocrisy, rather dishonesty here. He spoke about JKLF being a terrorist organization or a, so-called recognized terrorist organization in India and not being a recognized terrorist organization in UK, which is why they're being platformed. Let me take you back to 1984, sir, where JKLF, members of the JKLF had abducted an Indian diplomat called Ravindra Matre, and they brutally murdered him. As a consequence, Scotland Yard was right after them, and Scotland Yard also extradited few of those members of those JKLF to Pakistan, and then they, basically we know what happened to them. They were scot-free. They were being national heroes.
Look, we don't have to even respond to Ahmed Ayaz's, I'm sorry to say, whataboutery on this, because we know that is the standard response. Khan Saab is back. Full marks to you, Khan Saab, for coming back onto the show.
Rahul,
I'll give you
mine is
30
not
seconds.
standard
30 seconds,
response.
Mr. Khan. What do you want to say?
Was Hassan
I simply
Nasrallah a
say
terrorist?
if you are so much insecure with the disrespect of your religion, it means
I'm
your
not even talking about my religion.
has no faith.
Okay, viewers, I just want to say one thing. I just want to say, as I move out of this debate, I just say one thing. Viewers, there's no blasphemy law in India. It's only in one state, in Punjab. But there is no blasphemy law in India. We open and invite people to discuss pretty much everything. That's what makes us secure and great. I leave it at that, viewers.
ओ भाई, अब दिन में भी काम करोगे?
तो क्या रात में सांप और तेंदुए के साथ काम करेंगे?
मैं तो रात को ही काम करता हूँ। दिन में काम किया तो बिजली का बिल बहुत आएगा।
इसीलिए सरकार ने सौर कृषि पंप योजना शुरू की है ना।
पर अब सरकार ही बदल गई और ये योजना बंद हुई तो?
नहीं, मेरा वोट भाजपा महायुति को। भाजपा महायुति है तो ही सौर कृषि पंप योजना है।
मिस्टर गांधी मुल्क को गलत राह पे ले जा रहे हैं।
आपको जनता की समझदारी पे संदेह होगा, मुझे नहीं।
अगर इस पार्टी में सिर्फ एक ही आवाज की जगह है तो मैं आज रिजाइन करता हूँ। तुम लोगों ने अपना लीडर ढूंढ लिया, ये लीडर अपने लोग ढूंढ लेगा।
फ्रीडम एट मिडनाइट 15 नवंबर से सोनी लिव पर।
मेरा यार
पता ही नहीं चलता ये शादी के रंग आप पे कब चढ़ गए, कब चुपके से आप एक मान्यवर बन गए। आप कब बन रहे हैं मान्यवर?
Dadu,
yes?
What does premium mean?
Beta, premium you can say is like petrol. The car will keep going till the time it has petrol. Once petrol is over, the car stops.
But Dad, this time even if the petrol is over, our car won't stop.
How come?
With LIC's Jeevan Labh, even after the premium payment tenure is over, the policy's benefits continue.
That means our journey of happiness will continue non-stop.
LIC, हर पल आपके साथ।
अरे हाँ, सच में।
क्यों? आज ऑफिस को छुट्टी है क्या?
हम अभी ऑफिस से ही तो आए हैं।
फिर इतने जल्दी घर कैसे?
ये कोस्टल रोड से और मैं मेट्रो से।
और कल अटल सेतु से लोनावाला जाने का प्लान है।
पर तुमने कभी ये सोचा है, अगर दूसरी सरकार होती तो ये सब काम वक्त पे होता?
इसीलिए मेरा वोट सिर्फ भाजपा महायुति को। भाजपा महायुति है तो विकास है।
हम रातों में
It's done.
सूरज।
अप्पा, नया घर कैसा लगा?
हर दिल को छू जाए ऐसी रोशनी लाते हैं फिलिप्स से। हम जिंदगी की रौनक बढ़ाते हैं।
Philips. The next Indian icons, beating everyone on the globe. A new perspective awaits. B6E and XEV9E. Mahindra's electric origin SUVs. Catch them at Unlimit India.
अच्छा बच्चों, बड़े होके क्या बनोगे?
I wanna be a footballer, फिर coach. Me a car designer, then an artist. अंकल और आप?
मैं तो बिजनेसमैन हूँ।
पर उसके बाद?
मतलब
आप बूढ़े होके क्या बनोगे?
अपनी खुशियों वाली रिटायर्ड लाइफ की प्लानिंग करो आज से विद आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
डीजे,
आप बूढ़े होके क्या बनोगे?
जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
Visit your nearest JK Tyre Steel Wheel store today.
अरे ओ शांता, कहाँ चली घूमने? फिर से मायके? पति अच्छा है तुम्हारा?
सिर्फ पति ही नहीं, सरकार भी अच्छी है हमारी। अब महिलाओं को एसटी टिकट पे 50% छूट मिली है।
क्या बात कर रही हो?
हाँ।
पर कभी सोचा है तुमने, ये योजना बंद हुई तो दूसरी सरकार आई तो?
इसीलिए मेरा वोट भाजपा महायुति को। भाजपा महायुति है तो महिलाओं को एसटी टिकट पर 50% छूट है।
कल तक अंग्रेज लाठियां चला रहे थे, आज हम चला रहे हैं।
आप मुझे बताइए कि ऐसा क्या करे कि बंटवारा रुक जाए?
कुर्सी ज्यादा प्यारी है या देश?
इस सवाल का भी जवाब देना पड़ेगा बापू।
तो देश रखो और कुर्सी झिड़ा को दे दो।
फ्रीडम एट मिडनाइट 15 नवंबर से सोनी लिव पर।
जब भी मैं ठंडा खाती थी, जैसे कि आइसक्रीम, मुझे एक झंझनाहट सी महसूस होती थी। ये बढ़ती जा रही थी ये प्रॉब्लम। पहले ठंडे से शुरू हुई, फिर गर्म खाने से हो रही थी। तब जाके मैंने डेंटिस्ट को दिखाया। उन्होंने कहा कि आप सेंसोडाइन यूज कीजिए। अब मुझे फ्रिज से कुछ ठंडा निकाल के खाना हो तो मुझे दोबारा सोचना नहीं पड़ता।
Mama told me to be loved.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. The Trump cabinet is growing and so are the complaints. He's picked an alleged sex trafficker to lead the Justice Department. Some are calling